For joining the Village's Health for a presentation on why exercise is essential when you have a Parkinson's disease diagnosis. If you're not currently exercising and have been recently diagnosed with Parkinson's, the best thing you can do is to start exercising. Parkinson's is a progressive neurodegenerative disease affecting nerve cells in the brain that produce a chemical messenger called dopamine. Dopamine tells nerve cells how and when to move our muscles. The nerve cells that produce dopamine are located in a part of the brain called the substantia nigra. The word nigra in Latin means black, and you can see this by looking at the cross-section of the healthy brain in the top right corner of this slide. There is plenty of dopamine-producing cells as indicated by the dark wavy lines. Compare this to the cross-section of the same part of the brain below affected by later-stage Parkinson's disease. You can see a significant difference in the amount of dopamine-producing cells. The loss of dopamine-producing cells in the brain interferes with the way the brain activates movement patterns. The good news is that exercise helps the brain maintain old connections and restores lost ones, offsetting some of the neurodegeneration. Exercise programs can help you stay active and continue to enjoy the things you like to do. A study called the Parkinson's Outcome Project showed that people with Parkinson's who began exercising earlier in the course of their disease for a minimum of 2.5 hours a week experienced a slower decline in the quality of life than those who started exercising later. Physical exercise will help with movement by improving flexibility, balance, agility, and walking patterns, stride length, and strength. Exercise also helps thinking and memory by strengthening neural connections between different lobes in the brain, helping you feel better mentally and emotionally. These improvements in the body and brain through exercise have been shown to delay declines in mobility. Let's look at other physical ways that exercise positively changes the brain. Regular exercise stimulates the release of a protein called brain-derived neurotrophic factor. This helps to protect the brain, especially the hippocampus, which is responsible for learning and memory. Exercise decreases inflammation in the brain and body. It enhances the gut microbiome, where our immune system lives and serves as a protective barrier, preventing toxins from leaking into the body. And exercise also increases the production of mitochondria. These are a structure in our cells which are instrumental in converting food into fuel, including brain cells. If you're not currently exercising, it's important to get a baseline assessment to determine your present ability level. If you are experiencing Parkinson's symptoms, it's best to see a physical therapist specializing in Parkinson's disease for a full functional evaluation so they can help you design a personalized program that will work best for you. Make sure to pick an exercise you enjoy. The benefits of exercise will not last if you don't exercise. As the disease progresses, safety concerns might include freezing, low blood pressure, muscle stiffness, postural instability, and loss of balance. Therefore, it's helpful to check in occasionally with a professional to help them adjust your routine. You may want to consider water workouts or chair exercise as a safe alternative to what you're doing. To help manage the symptoms of Parkinson's disease, your exercise program should include the following key components: aerobic activity to improve your stamina, strength training to build up your strength, balance, agility, and multitasking exercises. These will help maintain coordination. And lastly, flexibility to help offset stiffness. You may want to consider a Parkinson's-specific exercise program. Typically, Parkinson's exercise classes are taught by teachers experienced in working with people with Parkinson's disease, so they are more knowledgeable about typical symptoms and strategies and how to work with them. Traditionally, these classes aim to improve many specific conditions experienced by folks with Parkinson's disease, including poor posture, rigidity of the spine and torso, balance and gait issues, breathing problems, diminished dexterity and strength of hands, and difficulty transferring, for example, moving from a chair to a standing position, just to name a few. Being in a class when you're not the only one with Parkinson's can help you to focus on your movements rather than by being self-conscious about the challenges you may be experiencing. These classes support and encourage you to do your best and to push your edge and to show up for each other. Parkinson-specific classes offer the same high-quality instruction that your other favorite classes offer, with the added benefit of instructors being knowledgeable about Parkinson's disease and experienced in creating adaptations and modifications to help you manage the symptoms you may be experiencing. As you learn new ways of moving your body, you become increasingly more self-confident and capable of moving outside the classes safely and effectively. Many Parkinson's classes, such as yoga, dance, and boxing, involve learning new skills which require conscious attention to sequencing movements. Learning new ways of moving can help cognitive benefits as well, because learning and remembering stimulate many different parts of the brain. Many specific classes have assistance to the primary teacher to help students feel more secure participating in classes that specifically address their challenge to help them perform their best. The greater attention to each individual student translates into greater confidence, better participation, along with increased safety. The best way to see benefits is to exercise on a consistent basis. People with Parkinson's enrolled in exercise programs with durations lasting longer than 6 months, regardless of the exercise intensity, showed significant gains in functional balance and mobility as compared to those people who only enrolled in two-week or 10-week programs. When it comes to exercise in Parkinson's, greater intensity may have greater benefits. Experts recommend that people with Parkinson's, particularly young onset or in the early stages, exercise with intensity for as long and as possible, as often as you can. The more you do, the more you may benefit. Intense exercise is exercise that raises your heart rate and makes you breathe heavily. Studies have focused on running and bicycle riding, but experts feel that other intense exercise, such as swimming, should also provide the same results. Regardless of your condition, always stretch, warm up, and cool down properly. And exercise in a way that is safe for you, knowing your limits. Many support groups, therapists, and exercise programs can help with Parkinson's safe exercise or help you to design your own program. We hope that you have found the information in this presentation motivational to either maintain your current workout patterns or to look into how to create a new one.